Are you ready, true believers? Over.
This is a Tru Inferno explosion.
Y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash, the Tru Inferno. Back with another Black Ops 2 commentary video for you, the YouTube citizens here on YouTube. How many times I say YouTube there? But yes, by that opening promo, yes, that's the announcement. I am coming out with another beat album. It's not the Kyoto Hour Volume 2. That's much later in the year. More on that obviously in a later time, but this one is called, as you know, the OGs, the original gaming, you know, app beat album and so forth, whatnot, coming out June 17th. So for more information on the beat album, head over to tru-inferno.co.in on my personal website. I already got a single for the album, as some of you should have seen already, that I released what, 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I'm going to release another single in the upcoming weeks. I'll probably go do like 4 or 5, maybe 6 singles for this album. I don't know yet. But the whole album is done. Like all the beats that I got for the album has been made. You know, some of them may need a little adjusting or whatnot. But for the most part, the album is done. I just need to work on the intro and the outro. And then, you know, I can work on advertising and things of that nature. But that's not what I wanted to talk about throughout this entire gameplay. As you all know, I brought y'all many stories. Club stories, you know, strip club stories, church stories, WTF stories. I brought y'all so many stories left and right, up and down, all around. It'll make your head spin. I got one more for y'all. And this one is completely random, unexpected, but it still happened. You know, all these stories are legit. All of them are true. None of them are fabricated or none of it is BS. It's nothing like that. It's all true. And this story is a Reddit story. Yes, you heard me right, a Reddit story. So, this actually happened last year, actually. Like, I forgot when. Because there was actually 2 Reddits I've been to that involved 2 of my boys. The second one, I was actually a part of as one of the groomsmen. So this happened later. Yeah, I think this was September, matter of fact. So let me give you all the setup. So, as some of you should have known, if you're a part of the wedding, whether you're the best man, the maid of honor, the bridesmaid, you know, groomsman, the wife, you know, the bride rather, the groom, you're gonna be in the limo from the church up to the reception. So, which means we had to either carpool with somebody, as in somebody drop us off at the church, then pick us up at the reception, or we had to carpool, set up this crazy routine where we leave our car to the reception, get dropped off at the church, so then when we get dropped off at the reception through the limo, our cars would already be there, or, you know, some crazy setup. So, you know, that day, I drove up to the reception, my mom drove behind me, and my boy was already there. You know, he drove himself, and then we all got my mom's car. She dropped us off at the church. So already things were crazy because basically, the main thing we were all waiting for was, you know, obviously, once the wedding done, and both of them say I do, or whatever. We was all ready to get in the limo in the reception because we was gonna be clowning. So, and what happened was, some of these cats that I know, like just about every groomsman with, I can't speak for this one guy because he's related to the groom, my boy, and you know I don't know him like that, so I'm not sure he actually did this or not. But everybody else, I think the groom did it. I know the best man did it, and every other groomsman did it. They actually you know, got their liquor in advance. So what that means is they actually brought their liquor inside the church, which is crazy. Now keep in mind, none of them drank it inside the church. However, one of them was drinking it at the parking lot at the church, and we was all going, what the heck are you doing? Now keep in mind, this guy happens to be the same guy who missed rehearsal as far as how to walk down the aisle, who he walking down the aisle with, you know, because all the groommen are going to be paired up with a bridesmaid and so forth and whatnot. And there's a certain routine that we all follow when we are walking down the aisle. He wasn't there for any of it, so we had to teach him on the fly, you know, after he spent like what felt like an hour and a half in the car just drinking it up or whatever. While we all getting ready, you know, because the wedding's coming up. So after that nonsense, you know, we did our thing. You know, the groom was already down there. We all walked down there. Then the bride came down. And then, you know, they say I do and they got married. You know, all is good. So after the wedding was over, everybody who was a part of the wedding had to stand at the front. And everybody else who was there had the option to walk down and shake everybody's hands. I'm like, I had never heard of that before. So, and of course my boy, the crazy one, was acting a fool there. So after that, we took our pictures. Then we went downtown to the DIA. Now for those of you who are not in Michigan or maybe not the Detroit area who don't know what that stands for the Detroit Institute of Arts. So it's somewhat of a famous building downtown. You know, it's not like a sporting event building. It's more like a art gallery, but it's, you know, it's big time. So we went down there, stood outside, took pictures, and of course, just about every car who drove by was blowing their horn at us because, you know, they see us, they see the bride in that long dress and so forth. So it's like a minute after we left the DIA, because there was 2 limos. A minute after we left the DIA, we stopped at the liquor store. So we stopped at the liquor store. We got some liquor, whatever, and we flew in the limo. So then, here's where things get crazy. We show up at the reception, and now comes the dilemma of walking in because, you know, the party supposed to walk in last and all eyes on the party, but at the same time, we all got bags. So it's like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. So I gave my bag to, I forgot who I gave it to, this one cat, you know, who looked cool enough. I think he either related to the bride or the groom. I know both of them. So, you know, I'm like, okay, yo, can you hold this real quick? You know, you know, make the grand entrance or whatever. So he said, sure, whatever. So, you know, we all walked in the reception. All eyes was on us. We did our thing or whatever. And then we got to our seats. Like 2 minutes after all of that, and we was finally free to do whatever, I went back outside to get my stuff. And so I found dude outside. I'm like, okay, so where's my stuff? Ride with this lady. I don't know how old she was. And obviously she was related to either the bride or the groom. I don't know which. This chick was drinking my liquor. I crap you not. Keep in mind, it's already been open. You know, and some of it have already been, you know, drunken already. But yet, see, just straight up, lips on the bottle. I'm like, what the heck? But at the same time, she was kind of cute, so I can't really complain. But I was like, what the heck? So then after that, you know, I got that stuff back, and I went back inside. I had to hide it so I won't, you know, create a scene or whatever. So I hid it. Then I got back to my table, hid underneath the table. And, you know, we doing our thing. You know, we basically acting like it's a club. So we out, me and the guys, we out on the dance floor. We out there hustling, you know, stepping, ballroom dancing, crap like that. You know, the same stuff we always do when we go to the club. One of my boys, the one who was drinking at the church parking lot, he was knocked out. We were just laughing at him. So, you know, it's all good. You know, it's all fun. We doing our thing. I actually got to dance with one of the bridesmaids, you know, because my boys kept pushing me onto her. And then it just finally happened. So that was pretty cool. You know, she was pretty, you know, she was actually pretty cute herself. You know, I think she had a boyfriend, I think. I don't know what the scenario with that was. But then things just turned, like, it's all good, you know, we all having a good time. But then things just went south from there. I don't know, I forgot what happened. It's something, a family member of the bride's side was arguing with a family member of the groom's side. So what happened was somebody slapped somebody's grandma, something like that. And then all of a sudden, all heck just broke loose. And ladies and gentlemen, I crap you not, there was a fight at this wedding. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, are you freaking serious? So, you know, the groom was upset. The bride, y'all seen Bridezilla? Bridezilla had nothing on what the bride was going through, dog. She was just beyond pissed. And then the cops showed up, and me and my boys, we had liquor. So I was like, oh crap. So I pretended like I was helping closing down the place. So I hit my joint in one of the boxes, took in my car. Without being discovered. But outside from the fight, it was a pretty fun rating, man. Yeah, this is the new Jay Gatsby. Peace out, y'all. Last night I was playing this game and I shouldn't have done that, cause this game is so lame with the oversized maps. I was tripping off high, used to die very fast. It don't matter when I spawn, I still end up on my ass. I ain't playing so long, cause I put it in the past, cause of all the campers in just about every map. Lately I play this game and the result is the same. Then I realized that this game will make you die slowly, die slow, die slow, die slow, die slow. You should know what this game will do.